Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about 12.1 biotechnological applications in agriculture part 2. So in the earlier videos I have discussed about green revolution. So in this video I'm going to talk about biopesticides. So imagine this is a bacterium here. This bacterium is nothing but our Bacillus thuringiensis. In short it is called BT. And this BT will have some BT toxin genes. These Bt toxin genes will produce a Bt toxin protein or cryoproteins. These are crystals, insecticidal, and these proteins have this cryoproteins have insecticidal properties. So we have this Bacillus thuringiensis bacterium which has Bt toxin genes or cryogenes. Okay, and these genes are able to produce cryoproteins or toxins, which these cryoproteins have and these cryoproteins have insecticidal properties. So we have a bacterium which is able to produce some cryoprotein crystals which have insecticidal properties. So imagine we have a plant here, and this plant is being introduced with this cryoprotein. For example, we have introduced the cryoprotein which is in the green color. So with in the blue color. So we have cryoprotein. Okay, and then what will happen is plants will produce insecticide, or plants will have insecticidal properties. Okay. Now, what will happen is insects will ingest this plant, will eat up this plant, insects, and what will happen is insect will die. Now the thing is, this particular cryoprotein is a toxin which is present in the Bacillus thuringiensis bacterium. Why protein does not kill this particular bacterium? The reason is this particular protein, if it is present in inactive form in the bacterium, and when this particular protein, if it is actually introduced into a plant and then it is ingested by an insect, what really happens is, because of the alkaline pH. So if we have a plant here, okay, and then we have again plant which has this insecticidal protein, which is the cryoprotein here. What really happens is, when it is ingested by insect, the insect dies. So in the bacterium itself, this particular cryoprotein is in the inactive form. And once this particular protein is incorporated into a plant and then ingested by an insect, what really happens is that alkaline pH, this is very important, the alkaline pH of the insect gut solubilizes the crystals and makes it into an active form. So the crystal protein or the cryoproteins is in active form, which means it has insecticidal properties, and because of that the insect will die. Let's look into the slides now. Bt toxin is produced by a bacterium called as Bacillus thuringiensis. As I said, this is a bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis, which in short is referred as Bt, which actually produces a Bt toxin. Bt toxin gene has been cloned from the bacteria and been expressed in plants to provide resistance to insects without the need for insecticide, in effect created a biopesticide. So we have produced many clones of bacteria. We have produced many copies of this particular bacterium, Bacillus thuringiensis, and these actually have insecticidal properties, and these are incorporated into plants. Examples are BT cotton. So now these are plant varieties: BT cotton, BT corn, BT rice, BT then tomato, potato, and soybean extract, etc. Now we talk about BT cotton. What is a BT cotton? BT cotton is nothing but a plant variety. So BT cotton is a genetically modified organism, okay, or genetically modified pest-resistant plant cotton variety which produces an insecticide to combat bollworm. So imagine this is the BT cotton here. This BT cotton has been incorporated with our cry protein or BT toxin gene. So BT toxin gene has been incorporated here, and then what it has insecticide. So now this plant is resistant to insect or pest. Okay, so BT cotton is genetically modified organism. So this is a genetically modified organism or a pest resistant plant cotton variety which produces an insecticide to combat bollworm, to kill bollworm. BT cotton is created by using some strains of bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis. This bacterium produces a protein that kills certain insects such as lepidopterans, coleopterans, and dipterans. So it's actually able to produce a protein which is referred to as a cryoprotein. BT cotton. So Bacillus thuringiensis forms protein crystals during a particular phase of their growth. These crystals contain a toxic insecticidal protein. So they are talking about cryoproteins, and cryoproteins have toxic insecticidal protein. But this toxin does not kill the bacillus or the bacterium because BT toxin protein exists in an inactive form, inactive prototoxins. But once an insect ingests or eats up the inactive toxin, it is converted into its active form due to the alkaline pH of the gut, which solubilizes the crystals. So I've explained about this in the diagram, that if there is a bacterium, this bacterium has an inactive form of the protein. So cryoprotein is in the inactive form inside the bacterium. And once this bacterium gene, which is the cryogene or cryoprotein, is incorporated into a plant, what really happens is, and when the insect ingests this particular or eats up this particular plant, what really happens is the cryoprotein gets converted to, the inactive cryoprotein gets converted to its active form because of the alkaline pH of the gut of the insects. The activated toxin binds to the surface of midgut epithelial cells and creates pores. So we have this insect. Okay, let me clear the slide first. So we have this insect here. Okay, and it creates some pores within the guts. Okay, so the activated toxin binds to the surface of midgut epithelial cells and creates pores that cause swelling and lysis. Lysis means breakage, and eventually cause the death of the insect. So eventually cause the death of insect. BT cotton. Specific BT ecotoxin genes were isolated from Bacillus thuringiensis and incorporated into several crop plants such as cotton. The choice of genes depends upon the crop and the targeted pest, as most BT toxins are insect group specific. So there's a long gene, and we have some different parts of the genes which are actually specific to different pests and different crops. So with some of the BT toxin gene, this particular BT toxin gene will actually be specific to a mosquito, will act against a mosquito. This will be against a bollworm. This will be against a tobacco worm. So it is actually specific to an insect. And the toxin is encoded by the cry genes, which are insect group specific. So these are cry genes. For example, the genes cry1AC and cry2AB control the bollworms. So example, if this is a cry1AC and cry2AB, they control the bollworms. And gene cry1AB controls the borer, which is, these are actually insects or pests. There's a diagram here. We have this bacterium, which is incorporated, which has a cryoprotein, which has been incorporated into the plant. So, okay, so Bt gene is transformed from the bacillus into the corn. Now we have this insect here. Okay, so European corn borer. This is a European corn borer, is nothing but the insect or a pest. It feeds on the corn plant. It eats up the corn plant and ingests the protein encoded by the Bt gene. The Bt gene is nothing but our Bt toxin gene. The Bt protein or the toxin protein or cryoprotein penetrates, goes inside and collapses the cells lining the gut. Cells lining the gut, and the insect dies because of the alkaline pH of gut. Alkaline pH of insect. So forget about this part. Bt toxin is sprayed on crops. Bt toxin is actually incorporated into the plant. Okay. And then it is eaten by the insect. Here in this case, it is a corn borer. And then the toxin gets activated by alkaline pH of the insect's gut. Swelling of the gut of insect takes place and death of the insect takes place finally. So here we have this cotton ball. This is an unaffected cotton ball, and these are cotton balls which have been affected by the insects or pest. So we can see this is A, that is destroyed by bollworms. The bollworms have destroyed this particular cotton balls, and we have a fully mature cotton ball here, which is actually not affected by the insect or pest. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any doubts, please mention them in the comments down below. And I'm going to talk about pest-resistant plant mechanism in the later videos. And if you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you.